Welcome everyone to the first night of the 40th annual Chili Bowl Midget Nationals powered by NOS Energy Drink here on Second Opinion Auto Center night with our top three from tonight's preliminary feature main event. Our winner Kyle Larson, second place finisher Briggs Danner, and third place finisher McIntosh. Kyle, just talk a little bit about, first of all, how much did you see the track change when they redid it right before the A main? Did you feel like you could take advantage of that high side?
I did. I thought it was, pretty similar track prep to before the race champions. They, tilled the exits of the bottom. So I guess I thought the bottom would live a little bit longer than it did, in the race champions, which it did. I was just surprised, they didn't move up in front of me until we, caught traffic there. So yeah, it just worked out in my favor. And, track position is really important when you have, 4 or 5 good guys up front. So it's just, whoever can kind of get to lead the quickest and then, not make, a bunch of big mistakes once you get the lead is important. So, it wasn't the cleanest race, but I thought, 90% of it was, so I was happy with it. And, you're happy with the execution.
Kyle, when you got into lap traffic, what kind of things did you see, and were you able to kind of hear Cannon or Briggs back there as things were tightening up?
Yeah, the first long run, I thought I strung together some good laps, but then traffic got really thick, and the track was not as technical to run the top at that point, so the lappers were able to kind of clog both lanes up. And I saw Cannon, kind of poke his nose on the bottom there a few times, but was able to get clear of some guys, and then made a move on one lapper, and he throttled up back around me, and then decided I was going to slide in the next corner, and he went to the bottom, and I clipped him as I was going back to the top. So that just kind of calmed the race down there for a minute for me, and then figured with 13 laps left or whatever it was, we would catch traffic again, which we did, but the track got a lot more technical at that point. And, there was less lappers in my lane, but, I was making more mistakes up there at that point. And also, coming down to the end, I was just driving a little too timid and, shoving the nose. So, then I saw Briggs. I saw he got to second on the big screen or on the board. And then, I saw his nose a couple of times there at the end. But thankfully, the lappers were probably clogging him up, to be able to slide me. So, again, it just kind of comes down to track position.
Briggs, your team, you guys, Alex Bowman has had some really tough luck in this place. You're in the show on Saturday. First of all, how does that feel to be able to do that for you?
Yeah, it feels really good, especially after last year. The car I was given, we had a lot of speed, and I kind of threw it away. So probably thought about that every day from this day last year. And I told myself going into this that second or third is a lot better than up wrecked. So, it feels really good to be locked in. Makes the whole rest of the week a little bit more enjoyable.
How aggressive did you feel like you had to be on restarts?
Yeah, restarts were key. Once we got, when we were third there behind Cannon, single file restart with a clean track, what I felt like was one of my only chances to go, and we were all kind of strung out there, the three of us on the top, and it was going to get tough to pass. So just had to make whatever move I could to try to get to second without jeopardizing track position, really. And once I got the top rolling, I felt pretty good. I was kind of glad to just get behind Kyle and be able to judge off of him and not make any mistakes. I kind of knew how hard I could push where he was making mistakes, and I made a few mistakes, but ended up working out.
Cannon, do you finish the night a little more frustrated than you do happy right now?
Yeah, for sure. Probably the most frustrated I've ever been here. I don't know. You just hear Mr. Monday Night, all this stuff, and it's like, I don't know. It's frustrating when you just go out there and make mistakes like that. And I just almost wish I was just like the underdog and just flew under the radar, because I feel like I put more pressure on myself when it's like that. And if I would have got to the top maybe one lap sooner, the race may have been a little different. Obviously, still would have had to maintain a good pace out front, but just frustrating to, I didn't really hear him at all. Usually you kind of hear a guy start to creep up, and it was just like boom, he was by me, and I moved up right away and was able to kind of track him down in traffic there and kind of poke a nose, and then lap car went around there and slowed the race down, and just wasn't able to execute on restarts, and just not good enough from my end.
We'll take some questions and identify yourself, and then ask your question. Go ahead, Joe.
Joey Barnes, Motorsports Tribune, or motorsport.com, I should say. CMAC, just coming to you, what do you need to do between now and the weekend to just kind of reset so that way you're not going into Saturday with the same frustration, that you're more even keel?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's go win the B feature. Every spot is huge for that. You don't see hardly anybody win the Chili Bowl that doesn't lock in, so it's going to be really tough from there. It's why it's so important to run top 2 on your prelim night, and we're definitely gonna have to win the B main on Saturday, and once we're in, just try to be as aggressive as we can. It's 55 laps, but it goes by pretty quick here. The first 30 or so, always you're pretty wide open, running hard, and everybody's so good in the field, so it's hard to make moves. And we're just gonna have to. I feel like when the curb started to build there, the nose got a little light, and I was just having to wait on it a little more than I would have liked. But we were really good being able to run both lanes, but obviously the top was dominant there at the end, and we just got to be a little better there.
Yeah, I mean, just briefly on a follow-up, I saw you making some huge moves going into 3, obviously. I mean, what more did you need to kind of out of the bottom for it to bite? That way you could just kind of finish that off. Yeah,
I mean, it just gets to a point where it's so slick that you can't really maintain enough speed. The curb just it becomes a train track up there, and you have to have your right rear plugged in the moisture to make speed. You're down there spinning the tires, and it's fine when you're in traffic and maybe on the short run, but once you get going, the top's just too fast, and you got to be in line.
Matt Weaver, motorsport.com. We'll start with Cannon, but this question is the same for all 3 of you on those last 2 restarts. What is the psychology? Like, what are you guys trying to do yourselves, and what are you trying to predict that the other 2 guys are doing as well?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is you're obviously trying to time when the leader goes, and obviously he was going really early, and you're trying to get to the moisture as quick as you can, just chase the moisture. And, one of them I just killed it. I just completely missed it and got slid. We had a yellow after that. We raced for it and had a yellow. And after that, went to the bottom on the restart there. I mean, you kind of want to protect, but you don't want to lose too much there. And I think I was able to protect when I went to the bottom, but I lost so much momentum. So I think it's just trying to get your momentum back as quick as you can, and just getting back to the rhythm that you were in.
Kyle, what are you trying to do to get ahead of both of them? What are you thinking about?
On the restarts, I mean, just what he just said there at the end. You're just trying to build as the leader in any position, really. You're just trying to build your momentum as quick as possible. So, just getting going early and then just try not to mess up, for a lap. Get a gap, kind of not have to fight, because as soon as if you don't get a good launch off of 4, then you get slid, and then it just brings the pace down, and then you're getting attacked from not only second, but who knows, 3rd, 4th. Whatever. So, as a leader, you're just trying to put together some clean laps to start, and then you just get back into that rhythm.
Yeah, it's just kind of touch with based off what they said, but I was kind of just trying to get as close to Cannon with him dropping to the bottom without clipping him and get to the curb right away, and just able to hit the cushion and not jump it or not get tight on it. Is pretty much key. I was able to slide him the first time, and then second time around, he stuck to the bottom, and I was kind of surprised he left the door open there at the top of 2, and had another good run and was able to carry speed.
Anybody else?
Sean Holbert, Sean the Dirt. Kyle Larson, 9 of these now on prelim night. What does that mean to you?
I mean, it's cool. It definitely is, a stat. But I don't know. I mean, I think, I don't know what they think, but I just feel like as the field's gotten bigger and we've gone to more prelim nights, the prelim nights have just gotten a little easier, and it's just a lot easier for the cream to rise, and you see, less mistakes and stuff, so yeah, that's why you see the same 4 guys, starting the same 4 positions, as last year and all that. So yeah, it's almost gotten too big in a sense, where the prelim nights are just watered down in a way. So, I don't know how that changes, but yeah, you just like all week you'll see the same guys kind of up front.
Yeah, but you only 2 lock in, and so Cannon said earlier it's hard to win from third, coming out of the B main, so that seems like it's very important for the top 2.
Yeah, no, I mean it definitely is, and it it sucks that you'd be happy for a third, most races, right, and especially prior to going to 5 prelim nights. So yeah, it's just a really, really awkward sort of podium, when you come here and you want to lock in and you miss it by 1, and it's your chances are slim at that point. So yeah, the top 3 lock-ins was definitely much nicer, and a lot of times I think more of a battle, right, because the top 2 guys can kind of get away. So but yeah, it's changed as the field's gotten bigger.